Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 63. Now, yesterday I said that I was going to come back and do Vampire Week. Well, here it is, man. The first edition of Vampire Week is The Lost Boys, 1987. Yeah, Joel Schumacher directed this movie. Richard Donner was the producer behind the movie. And then we got the two Coreys. Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. We had Jameson Newlander, who played Alan Frog. And then we have Jason Patric, who played Michael. Kiefer Sutherland, who played David. Yeah, I tell you, man, this, of course, Bernard Hughes, the late Bernard Hughes, who played Max. So, yeah, man, I tell you, this movie, man, what more could you say about The Lost Boys? I mean, this movie is it. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it. This movie is it. It still has it. I mean, that certain it factor, something about this movie, it just magnetically pulls everybody to it. Okay. I mean, this movie had it all. I mean, you got the coolest characters you could ever want to be, ever want to hang around. Yeah, this movie, it is a sensation. Still is to this day. Still a phenomenon to this day. I mean, you mention The Lost Boys to anybody, they'll either tell you it's Peter Pan's Men or this movie, Simple as that. So yeah, man, I tell you, you got all these vampire movies that came before it. All these vampire movies, from Nosferatu to Dracula, the Hammer films, with Christopher Lee playing Dracula, all the way down to, Fright Night, and then this picture right here, in a way, this picture pretty much tops everything else because everybody is magnetically drawn to this particular movie. Everybody. You name one person that does not like The Lost Boys. Name one person. I'll wait. So yeah, man, I tell you, this movie, man, it's even though this movie had like 2 sequels, people are still drawn to this particular movie. So yeah, this movie, The Lost Boys, let me give you a quick synopsis. You got the Emerson family moving to a town called Santa Carla in California. Lucy, she take her 2 boys, Michael and Sam, and they move in with her father, their grandfather, after her divorce. So Michael, the new kid in town, he falls in with a crowd of biker boys, only to find out later that he has fallen into a group of vampires, and not only that, but he finds out he has become a vampire himself. Only a half vampire, he don't make the full transition until he makes his first kill. So, that sensational thirst for blood. It pretty much took over. It almost took over his his humanity. One night when the boys took him out on a initiation test, you know. Yeah, they come across these another group of guys having a big party, a big bonfire party, a big bonfire party that became the Bonfire Massacre, you know. Initiation's over, Michael. Time to join the club. Yeah, he comes in through the light, and you see his face completely transformed into the gruesome undead, which is a vampire. So yeah, man, I tell you, yeah, Michael, he looks around and you see that the rest of David's boys is vampires. And yeah, hi, Michael. Oh yeah, boy, I tell you, that scene though, that was when everybody jumped in the theaters, the popcorn flying. That's the popcorn flying scene right there. So yeah, yeah. And for the people that are faint of heart, they're the ones that cover their eyes in the bonfire massacre. When those people, those young partiers, they all get torn to pieces. Ripped, the throat ripped out. Scalped up. Thrown into the fire. Just getting just completely torn, killed off, massacred. Yeah. I tell you, I'll never listen to Walk This Way the same way again. Yeah, I tell you, yeah, man, Michael, yeah, he sees all this happening. He could go over there and join in, or he could go over there and stop it. But no, man, yeah, he see all this happening, and then yeah, you see that his eyes start to turn into vampire. He's starting to make the change. Yeah, that thirst for, that sensational thirst for blood just really starting to take over. But no, he forced himself back. But, he's seen enough to know what the hell is going on. So, now you know where we are. Now you know what you are. You never grow old, Michael. And you'll never die. But you must feed. Oh yeah, man, that is just so fucking awesome. So awesome. Yeah, so now that Michael, he knows where he is, he knows that he can't do nothing about it. So he goes and I guess he goes to his little brother for help. Well, his little brother, he got some connections. So he's gonna make a call to him, the Frog Brothers. So yeah, Edgar and Allan Frog Brothers, they're going to save the day. So we got our heroes going out to a church to nab some holy water, in the middle of a baby's either the baby was getting baptized or he was getting a godfather christened or something like that. Well, anyway, they come into the church, they get into the tubs of holy water, and filling up their canteen, everything like that. So, they're preparing for war, basically. Yeah, weapons check. Check me. So, yeah, I tell you. And so, they go into the vampire den. Michael lead them there. Go into the vampire den. Look for these bloodsuckers. It's because now they're at their most vulnerable. The daylight is out. They're inside having some sleep. So when they find that Jesus, when they find them up there sleeping like bats, that's what this cave is. It's one giant coffin. So climb up. Start with the little one. First come, first date. Yeah, good night, bloodsucker. Oh boy, that was another great scene right there. I mean, you just feel this sense of power when you see that it's easy to kill a vampire. So yeah, I tell you though, yeah, this movie though, for real though, this movie, just one of the best movies. Not only that came out in the 1980s, but one of the best movies, period. I can be so bold and say that this movie is just as good as The Godfather. Yeah, man, I tell you, yeah, I could just be so bold and say that, even though I am 100% wrong. No movie is just as good as The Godfather or better, unless you talk about The Godfather Part 2. But yeah, I tell you though, that's how people treat these movies though. Treat this movie anyway. That's how people treat them, I mean, for some people, The Godfather is just too long of a movie. But, so, they got a movie like The Lost Boys, a nice hour and 42 seconds, hour and 42 minutes, they got that. So, oh well, everybody got their own preferences, say, who you default, By the way, if you have not seen The Lost Boys, one, crawl out of your rock that you're living under, and two, why the fuck are you watching this review? So yeah, I just had to throw that out there. Been doing it ever since. So yep, The Lost Boys, it's one of the biggest pop cultural phenomenal, iconic films ever. Cemented the careers of two young actors. Like I said, the two Coreys, Feldman and Haim. Cemented their careers, they will always be remembered as the guys that did The Lost Boys, even though they had done other movies too. This is the movie that they'll always be remembered because, this first movie that they did together, even though they did other movies separately beforehand, is, like Lucas and Silver Bullet and Friday the 13th and the Goonies, this is the movie right here that they will always be remembered by doing it together, so yeah, what more you want me to say about it? What more? Like I said, this is the big one, the pop culture phenomenon. This is it right here. Comic books is used as a instruction manual on how to kill vampires. Yeah, think of it more as a survival manual. There's a number on the back, and pray if you need to call us. So yeah, I tell you, man, this movie, this movie is the shit. That's all there is to it. So yeah, man, I tell you, yep, the the death scenes of this movie, how the vampire dies, there's certain ways, I think you should know. When a vampire bites it, it's never a pretty sight. No two bloodsuckers go out the same way. Some yell and scream, some go quietly, some explode, some implode, but all will try and take you with them. So yeah, man, I tell you, this is it. Hey, how many quotes do you either put out there? I've done it already, in my series of quotes of the day on this channel, not just on Facebook. So yeah, I tell you, there's really not much for me to say about this movie. Yeah, it's just one of the best horror films, one of the best vampire films out there that has ever been made, and you cannot recapture that magic. They tried it twice already, and even though they're semi-good, they're not as good as Lost Boys. No movie, you can barely get a movie that can easily surpass the original, the first film. But anyway, yeah, I'll get into that much later on. Those sequels, I'll get into that much later on. But yeah, movie, big 5 out of 5. One of the most quotable movies ever. Death by stereo. Can't leave that out. You miss, sucker. Only once, pal. You cannot leave this stuff out. This is just one of those most quotable movies, one of the most memorable scenes, and the most memorable soundtrack. The theme song for this movie, Cry Little Sister. And that movie, that song, the original song, not the one that was remade for the sequels, but the original song, it will forever be in our ears, it will forever be in our minds, Black House, real right, You cannot forget something that is 100% unforgettable. Simple as that. So yeah, man, that's my review, and I'm sticking to it. Now, tomorrow I'm coming back with another vampire film, episode 64. Keep it locked right here, and check out my other show right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, show off.